Hi, I'm Amy and welcome to my channel. I am on day 28 of my manifesting experiment and I've changed it a couple of times. So when I first started, I was talking about being debt-free and I changed that because I thought it was a little negative, and I changed it to money comes to me easily and effortlessly. And what I was doing was just repeating that 100 times a day because the strategy I'm working on is called auto-suggestion, that I've seen in a couple of different places. And so I don't know if it's actually a real experiment since I've changed it, I guess, but whatever. I've always been real curious about manifesting because you read about it a lot, at least I do, in my studies. And it interests me because it really is all about changing your thought process. And so, it obviously can't hurt to try it. So since I changed it to money comes to me easily and effortlessly, I did notice that some of the reading I've been doing is that you can't just repeat it. It has to be like an emotional thing or it's not going to do anything, which makes sense. But I did find out that the repeating does have a purpose because it makes the words feel familiar. They sound familiar when you say them. They feel familiar in your head. And when you think about it, it doesn't sound like a foreign concept. So repeating them without actually thinking about it's okay for a while, but I don't think that's what manifesting is. So I started really thinking about how do you get into that feeling state if you don't already have it? Because I think that's the thing that's the hardest. Like if I had all this stuff, I wouldn't be, trying to manifest it. So for instance, like, I don't know what it's like to have gobs and gobs of money. I mean, I'm comfortable. I don't want for anything, but of course I want more. I want to be able to pay off my bills and travel if I want to, and, make sure my kids are all taken care of, just don't want it to be an issue. So, but how does it feel to know that it's always going to be there for you if you've felt in the past that it hasn't? For example, I was really poor at one time, divorced, single mother, quit my job to go back to school and get my teaching degree because I wanted to be on the same schedule as my kids. So I got my master's degree in special education because I'd already had a degree, so I could go for my master's. And I did it full time so I could get done quicker. And we were just flat ass poor. Went on food stamps. There were times I didn't get to school because I didn't have any gas in my car. I've been poor, so I know what that feels like. So I'm thinking about this, knowing that I need to start feeling that to attract it, is what the theory is. So I started at least trying to put a picture on what it looks like. Like if I didn't actually know what that felt like, at least I could maybe visualize it. So what does it mean? Money comes to me easily and abundantly, or easily and effortlessly. It doesn't actually mean stacks of cash. I couldn't actually visualize myself like receiving large sums of bills, like having actual stacks of money laying around. That seemed a little far-fetched. I started thinking maybe about stuff I already had. Like, okay, there had to be times in my life when money did come through for me. And when was that and what did it feel like, or what did it look like? I remembered when I was really, really poor and I about lost my house. And that was the one thing that I never wanted to do. I wanted to have my house for my kids. And my mom came through with some cash for me to help get me to where I could at least pay the rest of it off. She gave me some money to help me with my mortgage. So I didn't lose the house, and that was a big thing. So I know what that feels like. I did get money unexpectedly then. Another time is when we bought this house. A government entity was going to buy our previous house to make way for a new building. And I was terrified that my credit sucked because I'd been divorced and my husband's credit wasn't so awesome when we got married. And I was really, really worried about that I wasn't going to have a place to live and I wasn't going to be able to buy another house. Well, my son, who's also an intuitive reader, Alexander Creek, Kriech, he's an amazing reader. Plus, he really loves his numerology. So I'll put his link down below so you can maybe check him out. He said to me, Mom, just write down what you want. Like, just write a list of a house that you want, and it'll be okay, you know. And I was working my butt off to get my credit okay, so that we would be able to purchase a house. So I wrote a list of what I wanted for this house, and I forgot about it. It was on my computer, you know, and a couple years later, we're in this house, and I found the list that I had written about this house and what I wanted, and absolutely everything was on there except for one tiny little detail. So I guess I did manifest that. My credit was obviously okay. We really, really worked hard to make sure that was okay. So maybe visualizing and the work made that happen. When I thought about those things, then I could put a picture on what it meant for money to come to me easily and effortlessly. So now when I would say my 100 repetitions, I would at least have a couple of pictures to go with it. When I would say in my head, money comes to me easily and abundantly, I literally picture my house and how lucky I am to live in this beautiful home in this very nice, quiet neighborhood. So I have that picture and that feeling. The next video, I'm going to talk more about how I've expanded that and see where I am coming to. Maybe it's just around the corner. It's day 28 and Napoleon Hill said 30 days. So we'll see. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. My information is down below. If you have any comments about manifesting or anything that you'd like me to read, just put it in the comments down below. I would love it. I'm always looking for new information. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, and I will talk to you soon.